Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I have another video for you. Today it's going to be about my conversation with my flat earth friend. And I started this journey because I thought it was doable. For example, like a vaccine, argument if it's safe or not. I don't know. I'd have to do a lot of research, and how am I going to experiment with that kind of stuff? So the flat earth, round earth theory seems something I could put my hands on, and I could take a telescope, I could go look a certain distance to see if I can see objects or not. So it was possible for me, and I like that this is about not being deceived, finding knowledge. So I think for the majority, most people, I'm going to look up the statistics. Most people believe that the earth is round, but for the people that aren't sure, this is a good way for them to learn how to, I guess, find knowledge better. Even the people that do believe the earth is a globe, you can still learn something from this, right? How to gather knowledge, because there is deception in the world. So this was talking about deception. This was one of the biggest topics of this video, because after talking to my friend, he quickly refuted what I was saying, and it's good to be skeptical, okay? Is there a line? I guess there's always extremes in the world. It's always bad to be on an extreme of anything, so maybe there is an extreme amount of skepticism that's bad, definitely, right? So I think he probably crossed that line. So with that said, human nature, I understand there's conspiracies out there. I understand there's deception. For the most part, no. You can see that on a day-to-day basis. People for the most part, don't try to lie to you. It's not in human nature. If someone finds something cool or new, they want to share it just for the sake of like, hey, look what I found. Take religion, for example. People crack the code and they find out the answers to life. Like, hey, I want to tell you, yeah, I want to share it with you. People love sharing information. That's just a human quality. Also too, money. If you come up with something new, innovative, you can make money off of that. You're going to win the Nobel Prize if you can prove that the earth is flat, and, people have been thinking it's round for all these years, and, somehow people were fooled. You're going to make money from that. You're going to be famous. Don't you think if you find that information out, you're going to be catapulted to the front of society? So, yeah, I know there's people out there that have seen, proven the earth is flat. They haven't. Even on flat earth video, they've disproven it to be flat, like at least twice. I have two examples, but with the gyroscope that measured the rotation of the earth is 15 degrees per hour, and they had an experiment with like a light. They lifted up, and they couldn't see the light through like a hole in a fence. They had a board. Anyway, if it was on a flat surface, they were going to see the light. They couldn't. They lifted the light up higher, which would make it above the Earth's curve, because that was what was blocking the light, and yeah, they could see the light. Anyway, so that's a problem. People are not... So this is what I brought up to my friend. I brought up... I thought the best way I could talk to him would be someone that used to be a flat earther that left the flat earth field. And so this is big. This is someone that's put a lot of effort, a lot of energy. They actually went to the flat earth camp. They were a flat earther. They took the bait, and it's got to be pretty powerful of an experiment to change that person's mind. I think it's a great lesson for him and for anyone else. So I thought that would be the best one. And I can post the link on the description, but it's basically a picture of a tower from some distance, and there's mountains in the background. And basically, because of the height of the known mountains, those mountains should be higher in the picture than the tower, and it wasn't. So because the earth is curved, those mountains are, not going to appear as high. And that's why it was lower than the tower, because on a flat surface, those mountains would have been higher than the tower. And that's it. You have an experiment right there. You did it. and it's going to set up reality for you right away. So one experiment is enough. And so his thing to me, he said, well, what if, they're not equally at sea level, or, you know what I mean? There's like the ground isn't perfectly level right there at that spot. Maybe the tower is lower and the mountains are on a higher, base. And I was like, so here's what I'm like, man, like, not only did that flat earther most likely research that, right? And maybe he verified it himself. I think he did. The guy making the video, I mean, where are we going to get our sources from? Do we really think that, I think it's probably, surveyors, maybe Google will have elevation on there. Like, do you really see those numbers online and you question it? Like, these people are lying, it's just not the case, like, there's not that much deception in the world, especially when it comes to things like that, like the distance from, say 2 cities. Google, I don't think a lot of people are questioning Google Maps or, your iPhone or whatever. I mean, there's really not, you're not living in a world of, I don't know. I don't know this personally myself, so I can't believe it. Like, it doesn't really ring well with reality. That's the problem here. We're not living in a world where like he couldn't even believe that, the sea level measurements of some sort of town. Like, like, that's just not the world I'm living in. I live in a world, we live with a lot of advancements in technology and stuff like that. And these advancements in technology are not coming about because there's stupid people, or there's people that are deceived that are obviously putting out the wrong information out there. So people rely on distances between 2 cities or elevations for surveyors and stuff like that. And, these things, if they're not true, they're going to be found, and they're going to be, because human nature is going to be like, hey, I found that this was wrong. It's going to come out. The truth will always make its way out. So it definitely will. That is a fact in life. So with that being said, right, the truth will come out, and the flat earth is not coming out. So the talk with him, to just, I guess, to give a recap, he didn't trust, he's probably not even trusting the height of those 2 objects. So what experiment can I personally do that would be similar to what this video was talking about? I think that's going to be like maybe my next step, where I can say, look, I guess I have to find something that's close to sea level so he can feel relatively confident, or anyone, right? I want to make this video for everyone, that they can know there's, like, okay, this is sea level. No one's lying to you, right? It's attached to the sea. And we can take some pictures. But, and then that's it. I mean, that one experiment should be enough. So, I didn't like the skepticism that far. I have to do a little more research on that video. Like, where are the sources? Where do we get sources from as far as like elevation levels and stuff like that? Like, how accurate is that? I just don't believe that I'm living in a world where there's that much deception, when it comes to things like that, like, it doesn't work. There's so many things that, when you buy a house, for example, the square footage, or if you're, an apartment, like, people are not going to, you can't just be throwing out random numbers and there's just deception like this. You know what I mean? People when they're spending their money, or they're trusting things, like, they're gonna, when people are spending their money, they're gonna make sure they're getting what they're getting for it. And, if they're trusting a source, they're gonna make sure that it's got a good track record, or like it can be verified somehow. So, people just aren't stupid, and so that's why deception isn't rampant. Okay, it is out there, sorry to bring up Bernie Madoff, but, yeah, there's deception. There's people out there that are going to deceive. It's going to happen, but for the most part, are financial products, all deceptive? No, it's the world is not going to spin The world's not going to keep moving if there's just 100% deception or a majority deception. It's not going to work. Because the world works so well, you're able to have deception come and wreak havoc and hamper things and slow it down. But it doesn't do it like absolutely. So anyway, so that was that was the video. I just wanted to post that out. And so that's where I'm at with my flat earth friend. I'm on a mission. I love this flat earth journey, learning about knowledge and being certain. And, that's a big deal for me. I don't want to be a person that's deceived in life. I do want to know the truth. And I think what I'm seeing here is, if you really want to know the truth, be open-minded. Don't be stuck to a belief that you have, because then you're letting your ego or your pride get in the way, or your emotion, and that's never a good thing. You have to know human nature. We're very gullible creatures. We easily get tricked. We don't know anything. When you're born, when you're out of the womb, you don't know anything. So we're all sitting here not knowing anything, but we do find things to be certain of. And that's why we make cool products and, technology and all that. So there is some certainty out there. We have found it. So we do, to with a range, we do know we can be certain about things within a range. So, so be open-minded. And if there's something or someone that's telling you, hey, I found an experiment that is contrary to what you believe, look into that. Don't be like a flat earther that's just going to refute it or poorly refute it, right? Like, where it doesn't make any sense, or completely just push it aside and say, well, I can't explain it, but I'm just not going to think about it. I'm going to think about all the other things I've been deceived about. So be open-minded. Always be looking for something that can prove you wrong, because that's the only way that you can know that you're not believing a lie, you're not living in a lie, is you're always seeking the truth. You're always looking for ways that prove you right and that could potentially prove you wrong. So anyway, I love the flat earth journey that I'm going on. I think it's a lifelong thing. I think there's going to be a lifetime of people, for me, that are going to continually believe that the earth is flat. So I don't think my mission will ever end. I'm hoping it does. That'd be great. That'd be mission success. And that would mean a lot, as far as an advancement for society. I think that would be really good for society to not have any more flat earthers or any more globers if we don't live on a round earth, right? I think it'd be good for everyone to be able to seek knowledge, to know knowledge, to use it correctly. And yeah, so I'm signing off. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to make some more videos for everyone. And awesome. Thanks so much.